What's up, everybody? How's it going? And thank you for tuning into the show. I'm your host, MJ. So, you guys here, so I'm assuming you want to get into some movie reviews or some books discussion and entertainment. So, as you can tell from the title, we're going to be talking about particularly, I'm going to be giving a quick and brief review and reaction to the new 2021 Angelina Jolie film, Those Who Wish Me Death. Okay, now before I get to going, I want to let you guys know I'm not going to spoil. As you guys can tell from the title and from the thumbnail, I am not going to spoil the movie because I'm pretty sure a lot of people have not got a chance to see this movie yet. It just barely released, but I was one of the few people that was fortunately enough to see this movie right away as soon as it dropped. As I said, overall, I want you guys to understand one thing. The number one thing, there's a couple of key points I want you guys to understand about this new Angelina Jolie movie that's very, very important. But first, I'm going to go into the cast. As I said, I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. I'm just going to give you guys a more broad, general review, a quick review of this movie at hand. Okay, as I said, the main cast, you have Angelina Jolie, you have Jake Weber, you have Finn Little, you have Troy Kittles, you have Aiden Gillen, and Tyler Perry. Okay. Now, what stood out to me as far as the cast, there are three particular casts that stood out to me out of everyone, and that would be Angelina Jolie, and that would be also Finn Little. Those were the two key main characters in the film. You would consider them the protagonists. Okay. So once again, Angelina Jolie and Finn Little were the two protagonists in this film. There was not one protagonist in this film. There were two protagonists in this film. You guys know how some films have multiple protagonists? Well, that's what this film was based on. Because of the storyline, that's why we had two protagonists, Angelina Jolie and Finn Little. Now, Jake Weber was a supporting cast member, but I did like I did like the work that he did in this film. I did like the job that he did in this film. I think he did a good, excellent job in this film. So kudos to Jake Weber. It was a hell of a job. As I said, Tyler Perry's in this film too, but as you guys don't expect to see Tyler Perry in this movie like that, okay? This is not really a spoiler, but Tyler Perry does not have a huge role in this film. I'm letting you guys know that right now, okay? Other than that, as far as the cast, what I think of the cast, my personal opinion, the cast, it was okay. The cast did all right. I wasn't dissatisfied. I think overall the cast did a pretty good job. It was casted properly. Also, I liked the antagonists in this film as well. So one of the key main things that stood out to me, I think we had a good foundation, solid foundation of the protagonist, but we also had a good solid foundation of the antagonist. It's crazy how there were two protagonists and there were two key antagonists in this film. Once again, there were two key protagonists and two key antagonists in this film. And I think both protagonists and antagonist characters, the job that was done by the actors and actresses was a good job. So kudos to all the cast on the film. Now, as I said, this was brought to you by New Line Cinema. New Line Cinema, another banger on HBO Max. Now, the key points I want to give you guys. There are a couple of key points I want to give you guys before I wrap up this video, because as I said, I'm going to make this a two-part video. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, so be aware. Just a heads up, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the notification button so you'll be aware when I drop part 2 of this particular uploads pertaining to the 2021 Angelina movie, Those Who Wish Me Dead. Okay, I want to do a part 2 and I'm going to do a more critical and just analyze more and discuss about my overall opinions and views and then my ratings of this film at hand. But right now I don't want to do it because I don't want to spoil it for all you guys. But anyways, before I wrap it up, I want a couple of key points for you guys. Number one, the movie, I'm warning you guys, the movie starts off slow. In about the first 20 minutes of the movie starts off a little bit slow. It takes time to pick up. However, even though it takes time to pick up and it moves slow in the first 20 minutes of the film, it does have a certain story structure to where it's not boring you to death. So it's not like you're going to be sitting there, you're going to be bored. It has some significance and it has some relevance to it. So I think it'll be okay for everyone and it'll be sustainable for everyone. But like I said, key point number one, it starts off a little slow in the first 20 minutes of the film, but it does tend to pick up. But I think how it is structured, it has to get through that first 20 minutes of the slow pace. Number two, the key point and a main key point to all of you guys, This is not an action film, okay? It's not an action film. I'm letting you guys know it is not an action film. So, for all of you guys that think you're going to get to see the same type of role or same type of vibe that you always get from Angelina Jolie, you're not going to get that. This is going to be a different type of role and just a different type of work that Angelina Jolie is going to give and the presence that she's going to give. But she still does a hell of a job and an outstanding job. So that's just a heads up. Once again, this is not an action film. So if you think this is going to be some major action film, no. Number three, the number three key point, which basically backs up the first two key points about it starting off slow and about it not being an action movie. The third key point, it's a nature outdoor type of survivalist movie. That's the type of genre movie it is, the nature outdoor survivalist movie. So as you guys can get what I'm saying, like, because we know we've had previous films like this, so you don't expect, like I said, as I said, do not expect, and that's the fourth key main point, do not expect the usual role and character from Angelina Jolie as you guys normally would expect, because that's not what you guys are going to get. It's going to be a different role that we're really not used to seeing from Angelina Jolie, but like I said, she does a hell of a job, and I'm not going to go into detail and explain why I say that she still does a hell of a job, even though it's not the same common role or type of work or movies that we normally see her in, but she does a good job, and the movie is overall, the movie was still good, I will say that. But I'll save my critical review and analysis and also my rating of the film, overall rating of the film for part two. And it'll be in the future, in the near future. Once I know that enough people have seen this movie, then I'll go in and break it down. But for right now, I won't spoil it for you guys, because that would be a waste of time. What would be the point of getting to see a new movie if it's getting spoiled for you? You know. But that's all I have for you guys. I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. Just a quick, brief analysis. As I said, key points. Movie starts off slow, but it picks up. Two, it's not an action movie. Don't look for some, if you're looking for some major action movie out of this movie and expecting that from Angelina Jolie, just forget it. That's not the type of movie. Number three, it's a nature outdoor type of survival movie. Number four, as I said, do not expect the same role and character from Angelina Jolie as what you're used to. It is a different role that we're not used to seeing her in, but she does do a fantastic job. So that's all I have for you guys. I want to thank you guys for taking time once again for tuning into the channel and supporting the channel. Much love and kudos to all you guys. So until next time, you already know what it is. Peace.